Hello and welcome back everyone to Foxboro's Fortress.
This is Foxboro's Fortress, your home for all the latest on the New England Revolution. Brought to you by Leading Lights, LLC.
Hello and welcome back everyone to Foxboro's Fortress, your home for all the latest on the New England Revolution. Once again, I'm Cecil. Governor here. It's a later episode than normal. Normally it's a Monday we release, but this week is a Thursday. Feeling good though, in good spirits, not gone for long. And the Revolution won again on Saturday night against Charlotte FC, 1-0 on a late Cecil pen. Could we be more excited? No, because the Revolution keep winning. I said late penalty by Cecil. And I mean a late penalty. We'll talk about that match in a moment, though. First off, we'll talk about that match, but after our break with Leading Lights LLC, sponsor the podcast, we'll head on over and check out what's to come in the Philadelphia Union match we have this coming Saturday at 7:30, May 9th. So going into that Charlotte FC match, I said going into this match, this team is the most evenly matched team we have in MLS right now. And I believe I was proven right, as both teams had their moments, and the Revolution end up getting themselves a late pen to win. It's a deserved pen for a handball, from what I remember. Either way, it was a deserved pen. We converted on the pen. Overall, great performance by the team. And it's not like Charlotte had a bad game by any means, but we just played better than them, for being completely honest. Running through the lineups, I don't actually have to do that. I already did that. I did that at the stadium. That's the new change. I will be doing lineups inside the stadium from now on. Hopefully I'll be able to bring my mic set in. And if you see me doing my lineups during the pre-match, say hi, get on in here, help me do it, let's have some fun. Now, going into that performance, obviously it was 0-0 game for a very, very long time. And look at the stats here, because I feel like that had a nice picture to paint. Revolution had 14 shots to Charlotte's only 9. That is a great sign. The Revolution early on in the season were floating around that 7 to 11 shot range. That's not... The Revolution have since now completely built on that and are now hitting that 14 to 17 range, which is great to see. I keep mentioning that Revs 2 are getting this 17 to 22 shots per game. Hey, getting shots, if you shoot, you're more likely to score than when you don't shoot. So, take that how you want it. The Revolution won possession 55-45. It was very much the same. In the first half, it was 55-45. Second half, 54-46. Yeah. I don't love the expected goal stat. I've been shying away from that this season. But we had 34 touches in the Charlotte 18. I'm very happy with that number. You want to be in their box. You would like to see probably another goal off that. 14 shots, 4 on target, 34 touches in the opposing box. You want to probably see another goal on the sheet for that, but we get the win. A win is a win. Was it the prettiest win? No. Was there a fight? Yes. Did Wilfred Zaha overreact? Probably. Did his eyes get large when he's mad and surprised? Also yes. That's up there with when Toronto's keeper got very, very upset and threw a tantrum after getting scored on. That's not Toronto. That's Montreal. Apologies there. That's up there with top New England opponent moments of the season so far. we will continue to build towards that list. I said earlier, it's not like Charlotte had themselves a bad game. Their stars didn't do great. Zaha got a 5.2. Kalina only a 6.5. Pep Bile only a 6.6. And Lyle Labata off the bench, only a 6. He's the guy I want to see the Revs bring in. I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, their stars didn't do bad at all. The stars didn't show out. Westwood had a good game, though, and so did Don Toklamati. He's a guy to watch on the rise for Charlotte. Yeah. Did anyone see how big Debris Donnie was? This dude was like... Did not expect him to be that tall. At all. Pretty surprised. Now going into the Revolutions team. Overall, a great team game overall. Turner with an 8.1. Going off Fatma here. The backline all in the green. Miller being the lowest at a 7.1. You have Kohler at a 7.3. Fofana 7.8. Sands an 8.2. I stand with Will Stands. And Revs recap. The midfield, you probably see Brooklyn Reigns with his best game so far in a Revolution shirt. I really wanted him to do well this season. He started off slow, but since then he's been building up, and he's gotten much better over the past few games. Yusuf to have a great performance with a 7.4. And the attacking bunch, Langoni 7.2, Heel with the 8.4. Griffin Yao underperforming with a 6.6. And Dort Hirschman, you really got to see that. You got to see sometime soon him getting on the score sheet. I don't love that he's not scoring too much anymore. It's not like he's doing bad by any means. 2 goals, 3 assists in 10 matches, but you really want to see him get more goals by now. I don't love where we're at with him not scoring as much as I'd like. But you're seeing goals from everywhere else. Center back, fullback, defensive mid, Luca Langoni. You're seeing goals from other places, attacking mid as well. But you really got to see more from your striker. And so that's why I want to mention Lyle Abada. He's not necessarily a striker. He's a winger. But I feel like he's the winger I'd want to bring in. I feel like the Reds are missing a winger. Griffin Yao hasn't shown anything this season so far. He's got 1 goal to his name in 9 matches. Hasn't really been what I was hoping for when we brought him in. But Lyle Abada, he's not totally starting for Charlotte anymore. He started their Open Cup game, but for the most part, he's been coming off the bench. 8 matches, 2 assists so far. He's Israeli. He knows. They've got Toklamati on their team as well, but we have Eli Feingold and Dort Terjman, both of Israeli nationality and international status. And so I would really like to see Lyle Abada in New England. I know he's been linked to a few clubs in England, not New England. But I think he's probably my dream winger to bring in. I feel like we'd fit him right in. And I feel like that'd be a great pickup for the Revs, in my opinion. Now moving over to 5-a-side. All I have is the calculations. I did this a few days back. But I lose another 5-a-side. Let me pull those calculations up for you. Alright, we're back. I have the calculations. I completely lied to every single one of you. I won 5-a-side this week. Completely misread whatever calculations I was reading last time. I'm pretty sure that was from the week prior. I faced Greg Johnstone of Revs Recap this past week in 5-a-side. Appreciate you, going back and forth with me for 5-a-side. Greg picked Kalina, Sands, who he captained, Beal, Zaha, and Langoni to finish with a score of 6.94. I almost add an entire point to his score. Turner, 8.1. Fofana, 7.8. Heel, who I captained, 9.4. Tershman 6.9, and Yusuf 7.4, which gets me to a 7.92 and an emphatic win on 5-a-side. I'm slowly coming back. If we were to do a best side of the match, I should start calling it that instead of computer. The best team you could have compiled: Turner, Sands, Heel, Tokolamati, who was the best forward of the match, and also Fofana. That gets you to an 8.12, and I'm pretty sure that this is the closest I've come to winning a five. Not winning. The closest someone has come to beating the computer, or even he can't beat the computer. They can't beat the best side, but being the best side. This is, I'm pretty sure, the best someone's done, being, myself. I'm adding Greg to the leaderboard. That's my third 5-a-side match. I'm now 3-9. Cameron 5-2. Raphael, Sam, and Abe are all undefeated. Raphael being 2-0, and then Sam and Abe being 1-0. Greg, you unfortunately become the first Foxboro's Fortress 5-a-side guest to be winless, to lose a match, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, unlucky there. We look at my prediction. I had 2-1 New England. I had a win. Yeah. Scoring, I had Tershman, Beal, Beal. I don't actually know how you say it. Beal. My face doesn't want to make those sounds. Alright, cool. Tershman, Beal, Yusuf. Those guys didn't score. 24th, 48th, 79th. Those guys didn't score. My man of the match. Give me Carlos Heel. Now, honorable mentions go to Brooklyn Reigns, Mamadou Fofana, Ethan Kohler, Will Sands. I could give it to the entire defense if I really wanted to, but I'm giving it to Carlos because you saw after he scored that goal, you saw something you don't normally see in Carlos. You saw what I can only just be described as pure passion for this club. And after three straight terrible years, and him now being 33 years of age and his career, his prime years leaving him, Saturday's match showed he still has it, and he believes in this team. And there is a passion, there is an aura around New England and what they can do this season. Have we had one of the easier schedules? Yes. Have we been at home most of the time? I believe so. Are we doing great at home? Yes. Is it going to get a lot more difficult? Yes. But if we can carry this momentum through, we're set up in a pretty nice spot. Remember, right now we sit second in the East, ahead of Inter Miami and goal difference, just behind Nashville. Second place in the East. Time to be alive. I do want to talk about my one good, one bad. My one bad is Griffin Yao. I need him to do more. I really think he had a few moments during that Charlotte match where if he's supposed to be good at one-on-ones, which is what I'm hearing, that's supposed to be his thing. It didn't seem like that to me. And he would get shut down pretty easily. My good, the entire back line. Carlos's passion, but especially Ethan Kohler. He's had a few very good matches. He started the Open Cup game against Rhode Island, 7.2. That was a 1-1 draw that ended up being a win on pens. In a 2-1 win, so only conceding one goal in MLS against Columbus, 7.2. He started that match. A 2-1 win over Atlanta, 7.2. Miami, 6.3. It's Miami. I'm giving him a pass. A shutout against Charlotte, 7.3. I want to say we need to figure out a way to get Fofana, Ceballos, and Kohler on the field at the same time. Miller, I want him playing more attacking. I need Kohler to be able to float in and out of center back with somebody to get, because there is a talent there in Ethan Kohler. I want him to succeed. We need him to play, though. Fofana's 28. Ceballos is, I believe, 24. And Kohler's 20. There is a real talent in Ethan Kohler that I believe can be something special for New England if we give him the time. Let's give Ethan Kohler the time. Move Peyton up to winger. Griffin Yao moves to the bench. You stick Sands there, and then you have Kohler floating in and out. You give Eli the time to recover. When it's all said and done, now you have a predicament and how you keep Kohler, Ceballos, Fofana, Sands, and your two DMs, along with Peyton Miller and Eli, if I didn't already mention him, on the field at the same time. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but Ethan Kohler needs to somehow remain on the field as much as possible. Ethan Kohler is a talent that I'm believing in that I don't want to see go to waste. But with that being said, I'm going to send it over to Leading Lights LLC, sponsor of the podcast, before we get into our Philly match look ahead.
Unlock the power of your platform data with Leading Lights, experts in transforming raw numbers into compelling benchmarks. Leading Lights helps a variety of companies turn insights into engaging stories that drive growth. Elevate your brand with data-driven content that captivates your audience and sets you apart from the competition with Leading Lights. Visit their website at leadinglights.io to see how you can transform your platform data.
Hey, a little back one too. Foxboro's Fortress, your home for all the latest on the New England Revolution. Once again, I'm Cecil Kenny, just me today. Again, I didn't mention at the beginning. I just did the wrong intro before resetting. I did the wrong intro. I have two different intros if you haven't noticed already. There's the intro for the podcast. Hello to back one too. Foxboro's Fortress, your home for all the latest on the New England Revolution. And then there's the intro that I do for when I'm out and about, when I'm doing lineups, or anything on the road. It's what's going on, guys. Cecil here from Foxboro's Fortress, here to bring you blah, 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 blah. Just did the wrong intro. But we're feeling great, having some fun. And it's time to look ahead to the Philadelphia Union match. They haven't had the greatest season. Put it simply, they haven't. Do I feel bad? No. We don't like Philly. So, Philadelphia Union, normally a great side in MLS. They currently sit bottom of the Eastern Conference. You heard me say that right, bottom. 11 matches played, 1 win, 3 draws, and 7 losses. Sitting on 6 points, 3 points behind CF Montreal with a -8 goal difference. They are not a happy camper. They're signing Ezekiel Alado. No goals so far. He's a striker, by the way. Milan Olowski, only 2 goals this season. Kevin Sullivan. His market value is $8 million on FOTMOB for some reason. He's got an assist. He's 16, I guess. I don't see it in him, honestly. That's a hot take by me. I'm not a Kevin Sullivan person. Is that because I'm 16? No. Just because I don't think he has it. I think he got overhyped. But moving on, one of their brightest spots has been Danley, Jean Jacquet, along with Frankie Westfield and his emergence. They've had, along with Nathaniel Harriel, but when is he not good? He seems to always be good. He's finished in the green every season since 2021, and every season, which is like fantastic. Yeah, Nathaniel Harris is a really good player for MLS. Frankie Westfield and Danley Jean-Jacques are my 2 players to keep in mind as we go into this game. But yeah, Philly haven't had the kindest schedule. They were in CONCACAF. They got knocked out by Club America. We go to the beginning of the season. They won 5-0 against Defense Force in Leg 1 before losing to DC match day 1. Philly, then they beat Defense Force 7-0 in Leg 2. But then there's 4 straight losses. NYCFC, San Jose, Club America in Leg 2. Leg 1. And then a loss to Atlanta. I believe I said that all right. NYCFC, San Jose, America, Atlanta. And then they drew America, but because of Leg 1, they end up crashing out of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Then they lose 2 more, Chicago and Charlotte, before winning their first MLS match against 14th placed Montreal 2-1 before now drawing 2 against DC and Toronto, losing to Columbus 2-0, and then now drawing Nashville, which is a very good performance for them. Yeah, and now they play the New England Revolution. So, had a bad start to the season, but they've shown that they can pull off an upset. Case in point, drawing Nashville, who sit 23 points and atop the Eastern Conference. Yeah, that's really it. So, me and Cameron went back and forth on 5-a-side, and you may hear some typing because I want to keep this down. I picked first this time because I picked first. I'm the one who flip-flops every time, and I started with Turner being my first pick. You may hear some typing if I didn't already say that, just so I can remember this for next time. Cam picked second, and he went with Carlos Cecil in the midfield, who he ended up captaining, and Peyton Miller at defense. He hasn't had his position switched yet, so he was third pick. I then go with Terjman. I do believe in Terjman still. I'm not going to waver my faith in him. I know he's going to have a good game at some point, and it's not like he hasn't had good games. He's had decent games. I just need him to score more, and then it's more convincing of a win, if you get what I'm saying. I also picked Mamadou Fofana. It was between him and Ethan Kohler, and I preferred Fofana here just because I know he's going to start Ceballos' day-to-day. I don't know how we're going to fit Kohler into that side. After that, Cameron, to my everything I just said about Kevin Sullivan, just out the window, I guess, as he picked him for his extra spot. Kevin Sullivan, the 16-year-old. Okay. And Luca Langoni at attacker, being the 7th pick. Sullivan being the 6th. Picking Sullivan over Luca is crazy. Picking Sullivan in general is crazy. I finished my team out with Al Hassan Yusuf, because you thought I was going to go a day without him. Absolutely not. And this was a difficult decision. Do I go for Will Sands, or do I go for Ethan Kohler? Before I announced that, Cameron went for Blake at goalkeeper at the 10th pick. But for my extra spot, this is still up in the air for me, because I'm between Ethan Kohler and Will Sands. And I could always, take a Philly player. Do I want to go 2 straight weeks of all New England? Thinking about it. I'm going to go with, I keep saying Frankie Westfield, and I'm pretty sure that's what he goes by. But Francis Westfield is how he's listed. I'm going to go Westfield. Am I, though? This is, mind-boggling for me. I'm between Will Sands, Westfield, Jean-Jacques, who I already mentioned, and Ethan Kohler. Ethan Kohler, if Brian Tobias plays, I don't think he starts, and so I'm going to rule Ethan Kohler out. Now, is Eli Feingold going to be back? I don't know. This is a really difficult decision, honestly. So, thought process here. If the Revolution win, Westfield gets torn apart. And so does possibly Jean-Jacques. If Kohler doesn't play, I don't get points. Let's trust Will Stands. I stand with you, Revs recap. Let's do it. Where are you going, Will Sands? He's had himself a season to this point. Let's keep this moving. My captain, give me... Give me Turner. Who else? Because there's only one of him. Now, just me again for predictions. Someone tell one of my hosts to clear the schedule so I'm not alone. But it's cold, and it's cold, and it's cold, and it's cold, and it's cold. And I'm alone, I don't know, I'm alone. That's not the words. It's I don't know, I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone. Go listen to the new Noah Khan album. It's fantastic. I was listening to We Go Way Back just before I was recording this, while I was actually putting in the five-side results from last match. Love me a good Noah Khan. Just about any time. Can't go wrong. New album, all 21 songs on the Hot 100. Come on. Just fantastic. Now, back to predictions. Got a little sidetracked, but it's Noah Khan. How could you not be? It's time for predictions and scores. The Revolution are going to win. It's just a number of how much. Philly always gives us problems, though. 3-1 New England. We're going bullish. Now, scorers here. Gotta trust me on this one. Give me... Problem back over to Fama. Make sure my analysis can be completely correct. And I can get donuts from one of my hosts, I guess. I have two at this point, so I wonder who would buy the gift card. That'd be a good question. Give me a Al Hassan Yusuf goal to start us out in the 11th minute. Starting off strong. Fires right in. 7 minutes later, 18th minute. Terjman goal. Floodgates. Philly are not going to pull one back. As off the bench, here comes Diego Fagundes with a 79th minute goal. Philly will pull their goal back in the 88th with... Do I want Ilowski or do I want to do... We'll do Indiana Vasilev. Indiana. It's a fantastic name, really. He doesn't get enough credit. Indiana Vasiev to pull one back for Philadelphia. But it ends up too little too late. And New England Revolution smashed Philadelphia Union at home 3-1 to continue their winning streak at home, staying undefeated, feeling fantastic. Yeah. Couldn't ask for much more at that point. Now, I do want to mention the Ethan Kohler clip that came out. I shared this on Twitter and Instagram. Man, I was excited to hear that come out of Ethan Kohler's mouth. He said that Marco's a guy you want you want to run through a brick wall for. And it was really exciting to hear that because that's the exact same thing that Kevin Ellis said on our podcast preseason about Marko Mitrovic. Feeling like a true journalist. I'm feeling happy. Feeling great. Thank you, Ethan Kohler. Thank you, Kevin Ellis. With that, though, no transfer news except for I want Lyle Labata. With that being said, if you're not already following on X and Instagram at Foxboro's Fortress, make sure you do so. If you're not following whatever platform you listen on, make sure you do so. Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Make sure you're on those. Following us, make sure you don't miss an episode. If you want to be featured next episode, let us know in the comments. We'll have a post. It'll be a Revs jacket. It'll be blurred. You'll know it. It's a bad signal for putting questions in comments. And not even just questions, comments in general. Give us your thoughts. We want to talk about them. I want to thank Leading Lights LLC once again for sponsoring the podcast. Give me a minute to thank Viking Sports MA for sponsoring the five-a-side. I need to do it more in the moment. Next episode with us, you never know. Hopefully will be a Monday, though. Cannot confirm, though. May end up being a Tuesday. Could very much be a Wednesday, but we have a midweek game. So hope for Monday. Probably not Tuesday. Possibly Wednesday. Keep that in mind. With that being said, though, there's no one on with me right now. And I have this line for like the fourth time in a row. So this was Foxboro's Fortress.